Coming from a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, not my worry about what he do. Cause nowadays all in to be seafood. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm not.
Good evening, good afternoon to each and everyone. Lateness is greatness. I'm sorry for the lateness. I have some stuff that I have to really take care of real quick. What an exciting weekend of football. What we can say about the games. Premier League is fully in flow. No more international break. The game's gonna be coming few and fast. Like this weekend already finished, and by you Quint is Tuesday. Premier League is back on us again. So we have to look out for all these games that coming few and fast. What an impressive victory for Liverpool. What another impressive victory for Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham always be Tottenham. Tottenham throw away. Arsenal hit West Ham off the park again. The similar thing like they did last season. The Premier League, guys, is full in tap. The Premier League is on, guys. The English Premier League is back in full flow. Sorry, let me set my mic over here. Give me a yes, guys. So we're gonna go through the games today. Just waiting on a few more people to come in. I already got 3 of you guys already here, in the building. But the Premier League, guys, the Premier League. What an exciting weekend. I really sit here and I enjoy my weekend of football. Big up, foot. Big up, God. Big up, man. Yeah, I know you enjoy. I know you enjoyed the win, man. I know you enjoyed the win. What a win! If you want to jump on and have your say, just message me right there, and I can drop the link so you can jump on. If you want to have not anything you want to say today, I really appreciate the sub. But what an exciting weekend of football, guys! What an exciting weekend of football. I know you guys at homes enjoy the game just like I did. The result swinging in Chelsea favor, in Liverpool favor, in Manchester United favor. Out of the top 8 teams, the big 8 that we all know about. We all know the big 8 because I can't say the top 6 anymore, the big 6 anymore, because you got about 8 teams that can really challenge, for the European spot. So you have to say, a top 8 team. Big up Villa boy. Big up, bro. Big up. I send Jordan the link to send to you. So anytime you're ready to jump on, you can jump on, bro. If you have anything you want to say about your I know the result didn't go your way today, but if you want to jump on and defend your team, why not? It's fair for you to jump on and defend the big mighty Aston Villa. I know you guys gonna bounce back. I just think that the Champions League is a little bit too much, because of the result, but fair play. Aston Villa will jump back because I know you guys will strengthen in January. I think you guys still need when you jump on, then we will go on onto you with ask you, but I know that you guys just need a little more depth. The injury that you guys have doesn't help right now at this time. You guys still have got players that need to come back and form. But overall, man, the weekend of football is a really exciting one. And, I can't wait for Wednesday because I think that Arsenal go to Manchester United. Let us see what's going to happen there. The gap is started open, guys. If you believe it or not, the gap just started open right now in the Premier League. You can see a gap start to open right now. Have Manchester City title race is over, guys. Just let me know in the comment section because this is something that we need to talk about. Have these charges that Manchester United are facing is part of their downfall. Have something to do with the charges. Have the player realize that that the charges are coming or something is going on in Manchester City that we don't know about. I just wanna talk about Manchester City when the rest of the guys come on the panel. We're gonna have to have a deep conversation about Manchester City. What's really going on there. I want to get everyone takes on it. But Manchester City doesn't look like they're the defending champions, to be honest. This seems like they're a shadow of themselves. 7 games without a win. That's not nothing that we ever see. For the young fans that cheer for Manchester City or watching the Premier League for the last 12 years, I don't think none of these guys ever see Manchester City in this situation before. I think this is something new for each and every young fan that never see Manchester City, in the Premier League overall. I think this is something new. I think that these younger fans, especially the younger City fans, have to find a way how to adapt to this situation right now because it's a mini crisis for Man City. And a lot of the younger fans from 12 years ago haven't seen nothing like this. Yes, I sent it to Jordan. I sent the link to Jordan, and Jordan said he would have sent it to you because I didn't know how to send it to you. But he said he would have sent it to you. But I don't really normally do this, but let me put it in my comment and you can jump on from there because I don't know how else to send it to you. It's right there. The link is right there, so you can jump on it from there because Jordan told me he would have sent it to you. Okay, I put it right there in the comment section. Let me put it up for you. It's right there. So just use it to jump on right now if you want to. After you jump on, then I will try to take it off. Yeah, he said he would have sent it to you because I didn't have any number for you. So I just messaged him on WhatsApp and he said he would have passed it on. So I tried to call him too, but I didn't get an answer. So maybe he's still at church or something because he said he was gonna go out today. So my bad, bro. But it's right there. If you want to jump on, you can do so. I'm waiting for you. When you jump on, then I will take it back out of the chat. Yes, guys. So Man City, is a shadow of themselves. Erling Haaland start off the season banging, scoring goals every anger and everywhere you can turn. But right now he's been on a jolt. He's definitely on a goal scoring jolt. Erling Haaland haven't been scoring freely like he normally used to. So it's a big take, on this weekend, on the games on the weekend. Wolverhampton seems like they're gonna get relegated. And look at the performance that they did last season. Crystal Palace is a shadow of themselves from last season also. Southampton is Southampton. Who else? Nottingham Forest beat Ipswich Town. You know, um, 1 goes to 0. Nottingham Forest still hanging here and about. Showing that they're not going anywhere no time soon. They're still hanging on. Right there. And then West Ham United. This is a big surprise to me though. West Ham United is one of the teams that surprised me the most because of they get rid of Moyes, and not only just because they get rid of Moyes, they've been they've been getting a lot of players, some quality players, in the transfer window where we all was saying that they were investing in some quality players. Don't Yeah, welcome Villa boy, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. Obviously, I'm not happy with the performance. Not good today, obviously. Got battered 3-0. You lot deserve to win 100%. I can't argue that result today. Like, it's very, very poor result. Quite poor. It's 8 without a win. 8 without a win. We lost four. We lost 4 in a row for the way. Got battered by Tottenham. Lose to Bruges 1-0. Lost to Liverpool 2-0. And today as well, against Chelsea 3-0. Like, if you ask me now, I'm a little bit worried. I am concerned as well. I am gonna be concerned about this performance. I am concerned as well because that today it was poor. It was very poor. And it's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. Like the players they have, the players you guys have punished us. Like the first goal, I'm sorry, the first goal we conceded. Another bozo moment. Stupid. We still went to Bruges. It's similar to Bruges. Like Tyrone Mings picked up the ball and stupid in us, we tried to do it again. We I can see we didn't learn our lesson. Again, on Bruges, we didn't learn our lesson, and you got punish us to put us 1-0 up. The second goal, absolute disgraceful. Ends out so many times, and you lost squad make it 2-0. And the third goal, do you know what? I will get a little bit stick. I was stick up a little bit. Personally, in my opinion, it's not a foul on Palmer. I don't know where the foul is coming from. On Ross Barkley on Palmer, for me, it's not a foul. Anyway, I don't really care. Palmer scored a screamer. And that's getting set a match. And yeah, I'm very, very disappointed with that performance. Now, I'm very, very concerned now. It's 8 without a win now. It's 8 without a win now. I'm very concerned about performance.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys in City are in the same form, and I have a few questions that I want to ask you, because I everyone did have Villa to finish up in the top four this season, because of what we all see you guys did last season. What your biggest take on we're gonna talk about the game overall a little bit more, but for right now, we just want to talk about Villa. You know,
Yep.
what is the biggest concern for you as a Villa fan? What do you think you guys can do a little bit better before we touch on some players?
For me, it's consistency. On consistency of performance. It consistency, mentality gone down. We lost our heads, I think, as well. Like that main thing I'm very concerned about Villa. It's our form and mentality and consensus as well because I can see it as well. Maybe Champions League as well. If you be brutally honest, the Champions League. Because okay, yes, look at Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle in the group, that's in group one, but this is different Champions League with a new format. It's a new form for the first time. Maybe players are tired. Maybe the Champions League as well, the new format Champions League that we're not really used to for a very, very long time. Obviously, maybe that as well. Maybe the tiredness as well start to kick in now, to be honest.
Yeah, and because if you notice the Champions League, you got like Real Madrid down there struggling. City is struggling a little bit too. So it's not it's not saying the Champions League. The bigger teams are just running away with it. A lot of the bigger teams are really struggling. Because of the new format. They haven't used to this format as yet. And I think you play what 2 extra games. Normally you would have played what 6 games in the regular format, but now you got 2 extra games. So it
Yep.
it can really take a toll. But with your squad, right? What do you think about your squad? Because I know that you guys signed a few players in the summer where they were saying that your team have improved. But do you think you guys still have enough depth?
I think we do. Also, we are lacking a couple of players in the January window, obviously. But I'm sorry, but this squad should be enough to get in European football. I don't care Champions League, Conference League, or Europe League football. I believe my squad. This squad should be good enough for European football. It should be, but at the moment, we're not clicking. We're not performing right now, and we are 12th on the table for the reason. We are 12th because you could look at the play. Look at the team above it now. Nottingham Forest above us now. Are we better than Forest? I don't know. Are we better than Brighton? Are we better than Fulham? Even Manchester United have their audacity is, yes, they smack Everton today 4-0, but even Manchester United are above us now. And Newcastle are above us. And Bournemouth are 1 point behind us. 1 point behind us as well. So this squad should be good enough. I'm sorry, but this squad should be good enough for European football. It should be good enough. I believe my squad still weak. I believe we can turn it around, but we need to turn around on Wednesday. That's a big point we have to turn around against Wednesday against Brentford and Southampton Saturday. I do not care. I won 6 points after 2 games. I want 6 point maximum. If we draw against Brentford or win Southampton, I will not accept that. I'm sorry. As a Villa fan, I will not accept that because my standard now is different now. It's different. And we're not a mid-table team. We're not mid-table. We are a top 6 team at best. But what now? I'll be very disappointed if we got 0 or draw or 1 point out of the last 2 games, in my opinion.
Welcome to the show, Ty. Welcome to the show. Straight question for you as you come in. What you think about what we're saying about Villa? Do you think that the Champions League have a big toll on Villa this season?
I think I would have to first of all big up a nice meet you as well, Villa boys. Yeah, I do think that it has taken a toll on them, and obviously it tends to be the case where the manager is always going to prioritize a competition that can bring in a lot more revenue for the club. They're in the Champions League and they've done relatively well in the Champions League, but it's about trying to balance that out. I'm not sure about the availability of players for them. I'm not sure if they have injury issues, but in terms of the players that I saw coming on, they have players who should be able to deliver. Leon Bailey is obviously a player that you would know, Garvin, and I would know, and all that. And in the past he would have been a crucial player for them. But I do think that at times it happens to the best of teams where when you're playing in other competitions and you probably don't have the depth as much as you'd like it to be. That is the issue. And it's been the thing with Aston Villa as well is that from the beginning of the season, they've had an up and down sort of performance. They started off very relatively well, and then the Champions League came about, and the fact of having to play against high octane teams and all that, that problem started to surface even more. So I do think that it's about their level of depth, and if they don't have the depth, then they're gonna have those issues being there. But I don't know. Villa weren't horrible though. They weren't horrible. Obviously, their fans will say that they were, but they actually gave Chelsea a hard time. And if it wasn't for some good saving and good defending, the result could have been different. And they had chances. It wasn't like they didn't create opportunities. They had opportunities to really hurt Chelsea.
You're mute.
You want to challenge that Villa boy? Yeah, of what Ty said.
Well, you know what? I do agree with what he said, to be honest. I do agree. I can't argue with that, to be honest. Everything of Tyson is spot on as well, to be honest. I can't argue with that.
Fair enough. I want to show you something to make sure I'm doing the right one. Give me once. You're the only, because on YouTube, right? You're what? You're Villa Boy 3083. That's you, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I got the right one. So I'm gonna share your stream in the comment section so people can go over and subscribe to your channel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. No problem, bro. The next thing I want to ask you about Villa. I see you guys got Jacob Ramsey. what is him? Jacob Ramsey. He's out injured, right? And he's like a key player for you guys. Leon
Mhm.
Bailey, because Ty was talking about Leon Bailey earlier. Leon Bailey haven't seems like he's on form as yet this
No,
season. You know,
no, Paul.
what you takes on those two players? Do you think that you need those two players to come back on form for you guys to start to hit the table up again?
Yeah, we need to go on from very quickly because them two, like Ramsey, yes, Ramsey injured, so I'm not gonna play Ramsey, but we need him back very ASAP. And Liam Bailey this season been absolutely horrific. Not good enough. Couple of game, very frustrating to watch. Try taking his man. He shot very poor and shooting very poor as well. Like we need Bailey like last year. He need to kick on. He had to kick on off last year because the difference is like you got like Diaby, Louise for last season, but now we have got them two. Now if like Liam Bailey, it's had not really been the same off him. Even you Gavin at Jamaica, Bailey quite very frustrated to watch for you guys in Jamaica as well. Like he can be frustrated, like try to take on so many man, try to dribble, at the same, but he all get tackled. So we need better last season.
Big up, Coach Chiller. Big up, Coach. Really appreciate the support. Ty, you have
You know
anything to
what's so
say?
funny? Sorry. Yeah, I have two things to say. First thing is a side note. The fun I just went onto Via Boys channel, and the
Yeah,
first thing that I see in the for you option is
yeah,
Chelsea versus Aston Villa 10 months ago, with
yeah.
Ollie Watkinson celebrating as the thumbnail. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, definitely I've seen that problem being there for them. Where they have players who were crucial to their season last year, not either not being available or they're out of form. Leon Bailey has 2 assists, I believe, for them after 12 matches, but that's alone isn't good enough. You need to be doing a lot more. And I find it so strange that he has such an up and down sort of season, because he has the capabilities, but obviously, it's completely different. I don't know what it is, but he's definitely not the same this season. And obviously, it goes back to what I said. It's about depth. They have crucial players and quality players there, but at the same time, you need to be able to have players stepping up when others aren't performing at their greatest level. And I don't think Villa have had that in recent weeks. And even the way that Unai Emery has been setting them up, the fact that they were so deep in the early parts of the matches, in the early part of the match, and then after they conceded, they started to open up a bit more. That is something that I think he needs to look into as well. Because they were doing so well, especially last season, for example, when they were grinding out results and all that. It's not the same Villa, and that is something that I'm sure the fans will be concerned about, because it looks as if they look like a shadow of their old self. It's concerning, but as I said before, it's just about them, reevaluating the situation, looking into what they could do to improve. But definitely, they need the players to come back into form, because without those players coming back into form, they may struggle.
Yeah, Ty. Yeah. So I want to say thank you, Coach. Coach, for the donation. I really appreciate it.
Why does coach love 4.99? He just loves 4.99. Always 4.99.
I have to say thank you for the donation, Coach. I'm not gonna follow Ty. Whatever donation is always appreciated. Go a long way, especially for the Jamaican session that we're trying to bring to the channel. So I really appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. But the next thing that we want to talk about, right? We want to go with the game overall, because we want to talk about the Liverpool game and the Arsenal, because Aston Villa should be up in the top half. Now you guys sitting at 12. So the game overall included Chelsea Villa. What do you think about the Chelsea performance today as a Villa fan?
Offer today, you lot was offer today, you lot was absolutely fantastic, and Maresca got you lot playing football. Maresca got you lot playing football. Fair on the table, same like Arsenal, but the goal difference. You got so many options. Even Maresca got you guys clicking today. Like Alpha Palmer were good today. Enzo were fantastic. You know, Lavia were very good. Casado were good as well on the ball. Cucurella, slot. He was alright, but he done a job. And the one thing I'll worry about you guys is I get now what Chelsea keep criticizing Robert Sanchez. I get it because sometimes he's very very shaky. But like even couple of chances today that we had for it's Robert Sanchez error really like I can't talk because Martin makes the same error, but Nick and Chuck should have 2 goals for me today. But we are so lucky that Jackson should have punished Martinez for that mistake. And Maresca got you guys, playing a good football, a very fantastic football. Like you lot on flying in the Conference League, you guys are third in the Premier League, and if you're a Chelsea fan, you should be loving life because this guy will get you back to the top 4, no doubt about it. I can see Chelsea finish in the top 4, no doubt about it as well.
Well said. Well said. What do you think about what he said, Ty? I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it when I heard a Villa fan say that we should finish in the top 4.
What? You know, my problem is that I keep forgetting to connect back the mic. Man. Anyways, yeah, I do think that Maresca can bring us back to where we're aiming to go. With time. Obviously that place is challenging again, but I definitely think he can get us to top 4. And he's loved by Leicester City. He's loved by fans. Well, some of the fans believe that he's pragmatic at times, but I've seen a completely different Maresca from the one that was at Leicester.
Oh, he's gone.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah,
Ty is gone.
yeah,
Yeah, he probably reconnect.
yeah.
When the season start, Villa boy, my biggest take on Enzo Maresca, because I went to the Real Madrid game and I see a lot of stuff there that really interest me. Where I take I try to take deep admirer of what he was doing, the way how he was talking to the players and all of that. So for me, I'm not surprised that we were playing this well, because you can see it in preseason that they were very demanding. And last season, give me 1 second.
I can't hear you. Can't
Oh,
hear you.
sorry. No, sorry. My bad. So I can see that he was building something. So that's where my confidence was, for this season, because especially with the Real Madrid game, you know, I can see some little stuff where he was directing to the players, because I was sitting right behind the bench, where I can see when he was frustrated with Madueke. Some stuff that we don't really see when you watch the game home. I could see all of these little tabs that he was pointing out, and he was taking no prisoner. And that's what you need from a manager. You need a manager that doesn't take prisoner. You need a manager that's gonna be foot hands on. And you can see when he was started train, you can see definitely that he was definitely you know putting these player exactly where he wanted to. He was involved, in the tactics and everything, until these players get it. So what you're saying, I'm with you. I think that if we don't make the top 4, it would be a disappointment in my behalf, because I invest so much in it this season. But I can see that we are building something. And I think that Villa, what you were talking about Villa earlier, I think that your guys need
Mm,
some more depths, a little more
yeah.
depths, in your
Mm,
guys' team for you guys, because you got a good starting 11, you know, probably
absolutely.
a good two person off the bench, but you need a little more depth. The injury, and I think Douglas Luiz that
Yep.
that leave, I think that you guys haven't found that replacement yet, because Douglas Luiz would have controlled these little moments in certain games where is either a set piece, would cause problems for team, or the little flick ball that he always flick behind defenders. You can see that the combination with him and Ollie Watkinson have been missing for you guys. I don't know what you think about it.
Yeah, I do agree what you lot said about, the Chelsea, the Marescas. Like, I do agree, like, do we need more depth at the moment? I believe so, yeah. We do need a couple of players in January to put us more strength. And back in Chelsea, for me, Maresca done a good job. If you got Pochettino still, ultimately you'll not make it tough. I think you would be struggling still. It'd be like similar, like last season for Chelsea, if you guys kept Pochettino as as your manager. But for me, Pochettino, when you get rid of Pochettino, it was a good decision. It was a good decision. Absolutely fantastic decision by Chelsea. Because if I were a Chelsea fan, and if I could Pochettino, I'd be so angry. So angry if you like a Pochettino. But anyway, look at Maresca. Done a good job. Phase one, get you guys into a top four and fly in the conference league. You guys have to win the conference league. You have to win a conference league. If you don't win a conference league, that'd be absolutely embarrassing. I'm sorry, as a Chelsea fan, you guys have to win a conference league. That is a must. It's a must, in my opinion, because you got a lot of squad depth. You got a lot of player should be good enough to win a conference league. I get into top four. You need to deliver a trophy this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never saw we never saw this coming, because on the prediction show that we did, I think I did put Liverpool fourth, and Arsenal and City, and then Chelsea. So I didn't thought that we would have been ahead of Pep, going into the December run. But to set away from this segment, to the Newcastle, because last season it was between you and Newcastle, and I think it was and Tottenham. The last season and a half, where it was fighting for that top four spot. But to see Newcastle kind of fade away last season, the end of last season, didn't make Europe, and now this season seems like they're still struggling. Would you say Newcastle would be a threat for the European place this season? Not saying Champions League, but would you say that Newcastle would bounce back the way they start the season and the way they finished last season?
Here's from Newcastle. Yes, they're not doing great, but when these guys get to Champions League, they kill their momentum. It's like couple years back ago, or a couple of years now, they was in a Carabao Cup final against Manchester United a couple of years ago, and Champions League as well, like 2 years ago as well. Now it just not really the same for Newcastle. Yes, they lost to Manchester United in the final, and then finished last in the Champions League group stages as well. But apart from that, it had not been the same for Newcastle, to be honest. This season had not been that great. Not that great as well. Finished 11th. I watched their game against Chelsea. No, I mean Crystal Palace yesterday. To be honest, Newcastle were very lucky to scrape a 1-1 draw because Palace did batter them. They battered Newcastle, in my opinion, but they got a draw 1-1 of it. On Monday, they lost to West Ham 2-0 as well. But I can't really see Newcastle getting back to European football anytime soon if the form carry on like this, to be honest. You're on mute as well. On mute.
Appreciate it. What about you, Ty?
Sorry, about Newcastle.
Yes.
I do think that if they don't pick up in terms of form, they might. If they, I don't think they will have that sort of a chance of returning to European football. I mean, they've had a very sloppy type of form. I mean, it's kind of surprising in my opinion. The way the whole they threw away the the match yesterday as well, it was actually surprising to me. And you know, they're sitting 11th right now. And it's been very poor from them. They've conceded um not much goals, but they've conceded the amount of goals they've scored. So it's one step forward and then two steps back. And I don't know. It's strange, very much strange. That this is the situation that they're in. I think Villa Boy mentioned the fact that they're in the same place as Villa. They have the same points as Villa, and the only thing that separates them really is the fact that Aston Villa have a, a, a more poor goal difference than they do. I think they have -3 or something like that. So I think that is it. But both teams have actually had a, a decrease in performance this season, and it's surprising to me. Really, really surprising. I thought Newcastle would have performed just about better. But at the end of the day, I mean, it does show that it is important to have depth. It's good to have good quality in your team, and if players get injured, that you have players who can step in. And you know, Man City are a perfect example of over reliance on certain players.
All right. So anyone wanna go subscribe to Villa Boy YouTube channel? You know, this is it right here. I don't have the thing to put it up, so I asked my son. So if you want to go subscribe, go subscribe over here and show him some love. So I'll put it up right there, guys. So if you go over there and subscribe to Villa Boy YouTube channel, there's one interested game that I really want to talk about. Not really a game, just a team in general. Right? I know this is a top eight show, but if you look at Nottingham Forest, right, I want to know what you guys take on it. We can start with Villa Boy. Nottingham Forest seems like they're not going nowhere anytime soon. Do you think they can continue on this path that they're on for this season?
To be honest, let be honest. I didn't say Forest just fly to start the season, but to be fair, I love Nottingham Forest. I like their history. They're a good football club as well. But Forest, they've done a fantastic job. Sitting in the top four, not sitting top five, they're in top six at the moment. The players, they won yesterday 1-0. But their player they got is, even the beating Liverpool 1 in Anfield, not other team cannot do that. But Forest, match away beating them 1-0 away at Anfield. But Forest have a good squad, good players, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Honor Aina, Morgan Gibbs-White, Chris Wood as well. Type of players are in form at the moment. For me, if Nuno keep this form coming, I believe Forest will get into a European football. They deserve to get European football at the moment because they deserve in there because their results are coming. Their results are coming because because last week, yes, they lost to Arsenal last week, lost to Newcastle, but apart from that, they'll be on form, they'll be on fire as well. Yeah, I love Northern Forest. They're a good team to watch.
What about you, Ty?
Um, I, I mean, Nottingham Forest have been a surprise to me. To be honest, I wasn't expecting them to be performing the way that they're performing. Obviously they kind of slipped up. I think was it last week. Well, no, that's actually they slipped up more than last week. But yeah, they've actually been surprising. I mean, I remember when they were second a couple weeks ago, and people were making a whole make out of it and saying, "Oh wow, look at that." Or is it third? One of the two, either second or third. And all that. But they've actually done well. In comparison to what you'd expect them to do. They've been a very difficult team to play against as well. So that's credit to their manager, because he's actually made them one of the more harder teams to play against. But and that's the thing with Nuno. Nuno has always been a manager who knows how to grind out results. Play good counter attacking football as well. I think they're lacking some sort of capabilities in the attacks at times. They've shown that inconsistency has crept in there. But there's a defender that it's there that I really respect. I think his name is Morello. He's a very, very good defender, and I think that he's helped them to do quite well in that defensive area as well. So it's good, and I mean I'm happy for them. They play good football, and that's credit to what Nuno has been doing there. Tremendous work. And it's about what they'll do next, but definitely they've been a team that you actually have to keep a close eye on, and I think City play them next, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in that match.
Yeah, City played them on Wednesday. A lot of people don't know the history of Nottingham Forest. If you check the history of Nottingham Forest, I think they won the Champions League like twice. The same thing with Villa.
Yeah.
Villa already won the championship. Yeah. So if you look at it, they're a more European team than even Arsenal, because Arsenal haven't won a European trophy as yet. Not that I know of. So no disrespect to them, but Nottingham Forest is a force to recommend with in Europe. Back in the days, they've been off for many, many years. But if they continue on this path, like they will find way to get top players. The Edu, the Arsenal sporting directors have left to join their group. So it seems like Nottingham Forest is started being an ambitious team once again. Don't be surprised if they take their time and find some gems and start to grow. But we're gonna move on to the next team. That we're not gonna really spend too long on them. Is Brighton and Albion, new manager, right? New manager, 34-year-old manager, and he started to do wonders in the Premier League. What you guys take on them?
Like for me, Brighton is like they're doing absolutely amazing. They're back now, Brighton. For me, they done a good job when they get rid of De Zerbi, who probably going to win the next manager. But Brighton somehow always got someone. They always scout someone who got potential to be a good manager and a good players as well. Like their manager Fabian Hursler done an absolutely fantastic job. Obviously, he beat Man City 2-1. Then yes, he got a point against Southampton. That's the only criticism I got for Brighton manager is beating a smaller team, because like he dropped point against Southampton, drawing against Ipswich 0-0. Drawing against Wolverhampton as well. They should have been Wolves very, very confident in my opinion. But Brighton is quite a weird team, you know. Quite a weird team because they can show a big game, you know. They can be Man City, beating Tottenham, drawing against Arsenal, you know. Yes, they lost to you guys, but they gave you guys a game as well. Lost to Liverpool as well. But after that was unlucky to lose against Liverpool, in my opinion. But look at their manager. Fabian Hersler is only 31 years old. The manager only 31, you know. People have forget about this manager. People have forget this guy is only 31 years old. 31, but he in phase one as well. But he got on clicking, playing a good football. And Brighton are in top four for the reason. If Brighton get a Champions League, they will hat up to Brighton and fair to Fabian Hustler. But if Brighton get Europe again, I'll take Europe if I'm a Brighton fan again. I'll take it again for European football.
Yeah, I want to say, if you guys really want to know much about Jamaica, the history about Jamaica, or see some flag, of the island of Jamaica, you can subscribe to the Natural Life, YouTube channel. Let's go over there and subscribe. Do a lot of vlogs about life in Jamaica. So go over there and subscribe. If you guys have the time. What do you say, Ty? You have anything you want to say about Brighton? Because we have 3 more games to go after Brighton. We got the Arsenal and the Man U, and the big one for the day.
Yeah, I mean they've had an up and down sort of season. And they've also been inconsistent in recent time as well. Um, they've I think it's been a pattern actually. Win, draw, win, draw, win, draw, and then obviously Friday they drew against Southampton, and then they're gonna play Fulham next on Thursday. But yeah, they've had they started off the season very good. I think they're in the similar boat to Chelsea. More in the fact that no, they've actually lost the amount of games that we've lost. They've got more draws than we've won more than them obviously. And obviously that one loss would have also been by us as well. So but yeah, they've had a good start to the season. But I don't know. Their season has been up and down though. It's like a yo-yo. They win one game, then they draw, and then they win, then they draw. So I'm probably not gonna win against Southampton since that's the pattern.
Yeah, I want to say drop your link in the chat if you don't mind for me too, please and thank you. If you drop the link so I can highlight it, I really appreciate it. Yeah, what you're saying, Ty, Ty, you're 100% correct. But we want to move on to Arsenal because we got 2 games that we really want to talk about last. The 2 last games is the Man U and the Manchester City, because I don't know what to say about Tottenham. Every week I just never have nothing. What can find anything to say? Because Tottenham always be Tottenham, but the Arsenal versus West Ham United is a game that we normally see last season. They blow them away out of the park. So my question to you guys is Arsenal is back, or is just because of West Ham United?
For me, I think Arsenal could be back. Do you know what? I'll believe Arsenal are back, but they're not quite back. I don't think. Hear me why? Because we saw that last season. We did it. We saw last season. They beat a couple of the teams, smashing team for fun. West Ham being one of them. Burnley to Sheffield United. Smashing a couple of the teams, but then they're just I didn't. They were Apon Clare or City, but everything just fell apart. They came second. They're bottled again, but last night game, I will say this, Bo. I will say it. That awesome performance. That very good performance. They won like three in a row now, beating Sporting as well, scoring 10 goals. They scored five. They scored five, didn't they, against Sporting? So they scored five on Wednesday, Tuesday in Champions League, and scoring yesterday as well. They scored like 10 goals in the last two games. And Arsenal done a very fantastic performance, and they did deserve to win the game yesterday against West Ham. Let's be honest, West Ham very, very poor. They're not having a great time in the season. They're not. But this Arsenal bigger test now. Can they beat Manchester United now? Can they beat Manchester United now? Can they beat Ruben Amorim team? Their test now. It's also have to win. If they want to be a title challenger, if they want to win games, this top of the teams, you got to win against Manchester United. You cannot drop point against Manchester United. You cannot drop any more points. You cannot do it. If I'm Arsenal fan, personally, I'll be Arteta out now. It's getting ridiculous now. Ridiculous. Because I think it's Arteta been Arsenal for 5 years now. For 5 years. And the only Arteta one is an FA Cup. Only an FA Cup now. For me, Arsenal should have sacked Arteta like time ago. But anyway, it's not my problem because I'm not an Arsenal fan. But they should sack him time ago. Even the Europa League now. If you're an Arsenal fan, it's if Arne Slot win the league with the phase one, only be a Liverpool job for this is his first time in Liverpool. He's in phase one and he got them winning the league. They are top of the league. They are smashing it in the league. If Liverpool win the league, Arteta has to go. He needs to go now. I'm sorry. He's got to go. He have to. Go and talk.
Oh, it's just me and you. Ty, I think Ty already left. So if Ty come back, then we will ask him the same question because I promise you I'm not gonna keep it that long because I know it's late over there. But Tottenham Hotspur, even though I said we weren't gonna touch on them, but Tottenham Hotspur before we go to the next two games, we all know Tottenham is Tottenham, right? So I already know that Tottenham gonna always be Tottenham. They
Yeah,
always find a way to throw it away.
yeah.
Just your takes on it.
Spurs is just funny out there. They're just a weird club, Spurs. So weird. Like last week, there was a match Man City, This is the same team who beat Man City 4-0 and the draw against Fulham with a 10-man Fulham. Spurs are just a weird club, but it's Ange Postecoglou, the hard line, they lost to Ipswich as well before that as well. So Tottenham just a weird club really. So weird. Like they do have players too. They're good players. They got like Shalanki, Werner, Shaw, Brennan Johnson on form at the moment. Good winger on form. Lost going to score for firm. James Madison as well. Romero, Van der Vent. For me, Spurs, we all know Spurs are desperate to win a trophy. They are desperate to win a trophy. But for me, Lord, you cannot do that. I'm sorry. You cannot really do that if you're Tottenham. Beating City 4-0 to kick on, and then drawing a 1-1 2-2, and drawing again against Fulham 1-1 with 10-man Fulham. With a 10-man Fulham, that's a poor result. Absolutely shocking result if I'm a Tottenham fan. Anyway, Tottenham anyway, so I'm not really surprised about that.
Anything you have to say about Arsenal, Ty, and Tottenham, and then we move on to the next two big game because I got something that I have to say on the Manchester City and Manchester United, where I think something happened between both teams. You know, it's just a thought. Of seeing all the process.
Yeah. With those matches in particular, um, I wouldn't say. Well, I said this last week. I think it was. I don't think. I think it's still early to say that Arsenal are back. I mean, fair enough. They won 5-2 against West Ham. That's always good. Scoring goals for fun. But and I mean, well, they've scored 10 goals in the space of 5 days. But I mean, anything can happen, and they go back to square one in terms of where they were. It all goes back to, as I said, having reliance on certain players. And if those players get injured, what happens next for Arsenal? So that's one thing. I don't think they have the depth as much as they think they do when certain players are injured. I mean, they haven't had injuries to the players that will actually hamper their season, but they don't have the depth that they think they do. People say that they have depth, which fine, they have the numbers, but are some of those players, if you play them, will they give you the same result? Will they be able to deliver in the same way that these important players can? I don't think so. I'm yet to see that. Nonetheless, they've been doing well. You can't take that away from them. They're scoring goals. They have a good defense. They have the second best defense, I believe, or not anymore. But essentially, they've done well for themselves. Their defense has been very good for them as well. Um, so yeah, fair enough to them. But I don't think they're really back. For Spurs, as you said, Garvan, Spurs are Spurs. Tottenham are Tottenham. They win emphatically against Man City, last match day, and then they couldn't get beyond Fulham. So it really shows that you have to. It's just about whatever Spurs you get is what you get. They don't know to be consistent, and obviously, as Villa Boy said, they're desperate for a trophy. They haven't won a trophy in a while, so they're desperate for it. And I mean, they can win a trophy, but they have to get rid of that bozo G that they have. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they definitely need to get rid of it for sure.
Yeah, what you guys said, 100% agree with both. It's too early to say that Arsenal is back. They haven't started the season well, and it seems like they're just a one man show then. Because if it's just Odegaard, they were waiting on to start to perform or start to play this good. They got problems. Um, but we want to touch on Manchester United because they beat Everton, which we all expect them to beat Everton. But you know, Amarin come out and say thanks to Ruud Van Nistelrooy, was the one that kind of set the team in this motion, and he just come over and then just put a little bit of touch on it, But it's most likely Ruud Van Nistelrooy kind of make the defense line a little bit more solid with the midfield because we all know that Manchester United was a wide open midfield. Where they were conceded shots from everywhere. So, but my take on it is if you guys notice, right, that Pep Guardiola was gonna retire at the end of the season or leave at the end of the season. Probably not retire, but leave at the end of the season. The Sporting Lisbon recruitment team moved to Manchester City. So, in my opinion, and this is just what I think. I think that the next manager that should go to Man City was Ruben Amorim. I think he was the one they were preparing to take over from Pep Guardiola, but because in this is just my take on it, so you guys can give me your indifference. But I think because of the charge that Man City have coming up, I think that they knew that they were going to either get a transfer ban, one or two transfer ban, but something ain't smelling good in that kitchen there at City what they're cooking. I think there's a big problem there, and I think Amarin have something to do while Pep Guardiola stay in the league. You know, be, would you? I don't know you guys take on it. I don't know if what I'm saying, kind of make a little sense to you guys, but there's something there's something have to do with Amarin and Pep Guardiola. Why Pep Guardiola decided he's gonna sign a new contract.
Like, yeah, like the Pep, like with Amaran, obviously he knew, he just came in. He played first game last week against Ipswich, got a point, 1-1. And if you are seeing the harder of this game, but that's the thing he had to work on. That's the thing he work on it. And the Thursday game against Blow Glimp, there was Amra did react very, very well. He did react very, very well when they're like on 2-1 down against Blow Glimp. They're 1-0 up. They were 2-1 down quickly with two quick fire goals. And then they reacted very, very well to their 3-2 win on Thursday. And even Sunday, today, Sunday as well, absolutely very, very comfortable win. Very comfortable. Beating Everton 4-0. 4-0 against Everton. Very, very easy, relaxing performance. And now, Amaran done. He doing quite well, to be fair, Amaran. Amaran doing quite very, very well. Beat Everton 4-0. Amaran, this is Amaran proper third test now. A very first test. He got two big tests, two bigger tests. Got Arsenal this week on midweek, and then he got Manchester Derby. Arsenal and the Manchester Derby as well. I want to see how Amaran gonna do on two big games. I want to see how he gonna react. Very interested as well. For me, I don't know how Amaran gonna do. If we're very, very interested.
Anything you want to add to that, Ty?
I mean, yeah, I mean, the mention that you made about Ruud van Nistelrooy, I think he did a good job. I mean, he looks like he'll have he has a good future in coaching. But at the same time, manager bones is something that exists. But I don't know if it's to say that Ruud van Nistelrooy is the one that helped to make the defense more structured. I just feel like the players wanted Ten Hag gone. They didn't look, their body language gave that perception. So I don't think it's about what Ruud van Nistelrooy did. You can't discredit what he's done because he obviously did do something right. But I don't think it's just that. Nobody can just change something in a couple of days and then boom, they look perfectly fine again. No, that's not the case. I do think that it's a case where the team just wanted him gone, and Ten Hag is gone now, and they got Ruben Amorim. But the whole point he made about Manchester City and Pep, I still found it strange. Up to this year, I'm still scratching my head. Not like Pep though, who's cutting himself, but I'm still wondering what's going on. How he turned around and decided to stay when he himself sounded so unsure about they're not sure, and then now he's changing his mind and saying if we get relegated, I will still be here. I'll be the manager still. Nah, some things are adding up, and as you said, Sporting and City have some affiliation now. I do think that was the plan, but because Abraham did go to Man United instead, that threw that idea out of the window. And if they can keep Pep for a while, longer, seeing as that he's done so much for them, until they can find an ideal option for him after, especially if they get transfer ban, then they'll be perfectly fine in their view. So I don't think it was a case where he was supposed to say. I generally thought he was gonna leave, and I'm sure a lot of people thought he was gonna leave. But I think the whole thing with Amram going to the other Manchester club, that threw that idea out of the window. So I think that's the case. But I don't think he was supposed to stay. I think that was a alteration to their plans, and I think they're trying to prepare for what could potentially happen with them, being reprimanded for their actions.
Yeah, I think they know that something is coming. So that's one of the main reasons why they got him stay on, because it's similar to with Chelsea and Frank Lampard. You know, when we get that ban, you know, no one want to take in control. And I think that Amarin decided, because when he went to West Ham, you know, in the summer to go to move to West Ham, I think he just got a phone call that, you know, City job gonna be available, so just wait. I think that's what he was waiting on. But when he realized, you know, the cloud is over City, I think that's one of the main thing that convinced him. And would you want to be the man that step in after Pep? You know, no transfer, nothing at all, and to see his City downfall, you know, that's not gonna look good at on him. You know, so Manchester United would be a better option, because Manchester United is already a giant. You know, it would be easier to try with Manchester United than to be the man after, because the same thing with Manchester United after Sir Alex Ferguson. You know, if you take a look at it, after Sir Alex Ferguson, there was David Moyes, and then after that, Manchester United started went down a hill. So I think definitely that Manchester City is in problem. You know, I definitely think that it's those some of those reasons which we're not gonna know right now. You know, big up Tash. Um, Liverpool win. You know, I know you're excited. You know, but I think what you said, Ty, was is spot on. You know, it's something that I really think about. You know, I know that there's not a lot of media being pushing it or saying it right now, but I know that one day we're gonna sit here and say that, you know, we know that's what happened. I probably have to Pep Guardiola leave. I think Manchester City right now is more than a football reason why they're struggling. I think it's deeper than a football reason. You know, I think it's way deeper than what we thought, because they're them in the Premier League right now is battling back to back with multiple cases. You know, they said they won the last case against this the Premier League. The Premier League said they win the case. So it's a tag and war right now between them and the Premier League. So I know that for sure City realize that they know that something is coming up. Why Pep Guardiola gonna say even if they get relegated, he's still gonna be there? You know, there's no way he should have come up with a statement like that if it wasn't something that they sit and talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the truth. That's very much the truth.
yeah, you got a point to that's a fact still, yeah, Pep. Yeah, but at the same time, it felt quite low at the end of the day, you know. I agree with what you said, Gav. I agree with what you said, to be honest. Like, who will a man will play Pep Guardiola? That'd be interested. I'm very interested about that. You know, who gonna will play Pep Guardiola? Like, you're gonna replace a man who won the Champions League, win the Premier League, win the Carabao Cup, and win the Premier League. If someone who got City job, good luck. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, the last topic before we close out the show, we have to talk about Liverpool. You know, I know it's not our team, you know, but we have to leave the best for last. Liverpool, you know, 11 points clear of Manchester City, 9 points clear of the next two teams that's close to them. You know, Liverpool defensive wise, they're solid. You know, no Kanate, no problem today. You know, what what you take on the game. Let me start with Villa Boy with this one. You know, what you take on Liverpool right now for this season.
For me, Slot done an absolutely fantastic job. Absolutely brilliant. They're on fire. Winning. They win lots of games. They love winning games. They're flying, having fun. Top of the Champions League. Beating Real Madrid. Beating City today as well. Only they lost one game this season, and that game was against Forest and Anfield. They lost 1-0. But apart from that, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I'd be happy. Slot done a fantastic job. If Slot carry on like this, Liverpool will win the league. No matter what, Liverpool will win the league. Is the title league over? We don't know yet how Slot going to do. We don't know yet. But at the moment, he answer everything. He answer everything. He passed the test. He passed the Manchester United, Chelsea. All okay. Yes, he didn't pass the Arsenal test. Yet they drew the game 2-2. At least they didn't lose the game. They beat Man City and they played very, very confidently. Very confidently because although City were very, very poor, again, City were very, very poor. Yes, if Pep Guardiola, one of the best managers we ever seen in the Premier League, but Slot on fire. He's done an amazing job. They're on fire. Everyone players are on form. Like you say, Gavin, no Konate, no problem. If Liverpool got injuries, they will say no problem. They always found a way to do it. I don't know how, but they always found a way to do it. Even against Southampton were not the bottom of the league, Southampton, but they struggled in the game. But they're always. That's the difference between like a top 4 team and a total winning team. They always found a way to do it. They found a way to do it, and this is why you've got to win a title. I think Liverpool might do this. This could be a Liverpool year to win a title, to be honest. Go on, Gav.
Yeah. When you said it's a fact. What you say, Ty?
The thing is with Liverpool, for example. I mean, as you both said, no Konate, no problem. And that's the thing. They've defended so well. And I have to be honest, I'm gonna have to raise my hand. And I mean, probably you're in the same boat as me, Garvin. But I wasn't expecting Slot to be doing so well, so quickly. He's a good manager, but at the same time, I do believe that and I'm gonna try to let this not sound biased, but I do think that he's suffering from, well, not suffering, he's benefiting from the squad that Klopp had, having quality players, their experience, and I think that in a couple of years they may end up in a similar situation to City, where if they don't try to get other players in that midfield who can actually do a job for them, they may have an issue. Now they look more like the likely option to actually invest in their midfield. They've invested in their midfield before. They obviously have players like McAllister, and Stubbs is also there. You have Curtis Jones, you have Grafenberg, and things like that. But they're still lacking that player that has that defensive midfielder build or mindset. They don't have that. Losing Fabinho and all of that, and some of those players leaving the club, they still need to get that player in. But credits to Slot, they've been able to defend relatively well. They've found a way to to handle the challenges that came their way, and fair enough to them. Kudos to them as well. It is always important that you win these matches, and I mean, if they continue, like Villa Boy said, if they continue this in this direction or continue like this, they're going to definitely win the league, because these are the matches that you need to win, and they won in a convincing manner. They could have scored 5 goals, they could have scored 6 goals. They went all guns blazing in the first half against City as well. They did not let City rest, and then the problem with City, they did not have any sort of impact on that wide sides of the pitch. They didn't the wide players were not of much of a threat to Liverpool, and Liverpool were able to have a comfortable game. And kudos to them. It's good when you can have players injured and you still can defend wonderfully. But I guess having Van Dijk in that back line, you don't need to worry about that, because he's a seasoned veteran of the Premier League now at this point. And I think with him aside alongside any defender, their backline will be fine, and that's good. I love the way that they defend. I love the way that they're able to still utilize that philosophy that they had on the clock, where they can still hit you on the counter. They have quick plays like Salah, and they had chances that they and even defenders and chances that could have made it even worse for City. But it definitely shows the fact that if you invest in your team correctly, if you see the value of having certain defenders or having certain midfielders, you will continue to go up the pedestal. So fair play to them. I really am surprised that Slot has done so good so quickly. But at the same time, thinking about the fact that they have such experienced players that have been playing with each other for more than 4 years, it doesn't surprise me that they're able to have all guns blazing and defeating City. But it really makes the competition a little less competitive in terms of City and Liverpool. But at the same time, it shows that it's time for City to actually get off their high horse. Winning the league back to back, it becomes boring, and we want the Premier League to be entertaining, something that we're excited to see what happens every season. Not seeing City dominate it every year. It becomes boring. It defeats it. I would want it to become a Farmers League. So fair play to Liverpool, and congrats to them on getting a win against a team that obviously have been called a benchmark of the league. And it's bald versus bald, and the bald of the red side end up coming out on top. So that's good for them as well.
Yeah. As we come to the natural end of the show, man, I'm sorry, 26 of you guys watching, but we have to come to the end of the show, and I want to say thank you for Villa Boy to make his debut on the channel. If you want to go ahead and tell them how to find you, even though I put it up earlier, but if you want to go ahead and tell them how to find you, be my guest, bro.
Like you can tell, it's only Villa Boys. Just only Villa Boys. Go to my channel. I just subscribed to my YouTube channel. It's only Villa Boys in there.
All right. So you don't do X?
No, I don't do X. No, I don't have Twitter. So only Villa Boys on YouTube, and it's Madu Keep 99 on Instagram. So yeah, follow me in there as well.
All right, we all know our favorite panelists on the channel. The one and only Chelsea Session. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah,
Villa Boy,
that's
stay on after the
flat.
stream, man. Sorry, Ty. Villa Boy, stay on after the stream, man.
Yeah, that's flattery from Garvin there. Favorite panelist. Wow, I don't. How about Meyer? Really? What if Meyer heard that, man? Come on. But still, yeah, it's always a pleasure coming on as well, and it's always a good time to discuss the top 8 on the top 8 show. But yeah, hopefully we continue to see the Premier League being entertaining, and obviously, for persons who do know me, from this channel, Chelsea Sessions, obviously Chelsea Sessions, Chels_sessions on X, Chelsea Sessions on Instagram, and yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers as well. We're on the same pedestal, Garvin, in terms of subscribers. So we're growing together. That's fantastic.
As usual, man. Remember, we always say each one teach one, and we all grow together, and that's the key. So there you have it, guys. So thank you for each and every one that come out today and be here, watching us talk about the Premier League. Look forward for next, I think Thursday, probably, because we got Premier League game play during the week, right? So it'll probably be a late show on Thursday, about with the Premier League, and because of the time schedule, But I want to say thank you to each and every one, that's being here and supportive. As we end the stream, we just want to say have a wonderful evening.
From a bad place, oh yeah, tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays all it is let me see through. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people 21, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Pushing to get past his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never catch them found it. Came a long way, in my drip now I be drowning. They dying, I hear got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion, I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted. I'm here from my bad place.